Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is the Wonderful Thing About Disney podcast.
Because Disney's a wonderful thing. Come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet, and fly with us as we discuss the parks, treats, and all things Disney, with new episodes every wonderful Wednesday.
Happy, wonderful Wednesday to all of you Dingle Hoppers, wherever you are, and happy holidays.
I know, it's crazy. We're past Thanksgiving and we're in the holiday season. It's here.
We really are.
Whether
It's
we're
wild.
ready or not, yeah.
I know. I can't believe it. December's already here. Christmas decorations are going up everywhere. And in the parks, we've officially turned that page. It's holiday time.
Oh, I know. It's definitely a bucket list item to go to, more specifically, I think, Walt Disney World and see all the Christmas trees, all the gingerbread houses, the cookie stroll at Festival of the Holidays and Epcot. We'll get there one day.
All the things, and we will. But what we're going to talk about today is where we were last year on Christmas Day, because we kind of crossed off a major bucket list item last year when we spent Christmas Day in Disneyland.
And it's funny. It's something that I said I would never do. And I'm so glad that we did it.
Oh, I am too. Like, there were so many things that turned out to be absolutely amazing. And then the next day was kind of exactly what we had expected it to be. We'll get into all of that. But yeah, we decided kind of last minute on a whim that we wanted to spend Christmas Day in Disneyland. And so we did. And it was magical.
It was so magical, yeah. And yeah, I think we booked it just 2 weeks out. So It really was a last minute trip. But yeah, let's kind of go over like our kind of itinerary, like what we did on Christmas Day. So I think backing up, we flew in to LAX Christmas Eve?
Yeah, it was late Christmas Eve, so got there super late. And then, Christmas Day, woke up early, and we kind of knew going into this that the rides were not going to be the priority because there were so many things that you could do, like shows, parades. We wanted to see treats and other things. So at the time, we didn't even buy Genie Plus.
Yeah, what was Genie Plus? Yeah.
We just wanted to do Christmas things. And I thought that was a great strategy.
Yeah. And so we actually started in DCA, in Disney's California Adventure, that day, because that's where these coveted candy canes.
Yeah, if you haven't heard about them, they're a thing, and they're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, so these are like hand-pulled candy canes, and you can actually watch them in the windows, like being made.
Of course you can.
They're really cool. So that's what we rope dropped that morning, was the line.
The candy canes.
To get in and get our candy canes.
And you kind of mentioned this, but yes, it does alternate between parks almost every other day, I think.
Yeah, and the list is out this year for 2024. So yeah, they alternate between Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. But Christmas morning, they were in DCA. So we started there. So we immediately went to Trolley Treats, which is where we kind of had to get in. It wasn't necessarily like a virtual queue because you couldn't do it on your phone. But essentially that's what it was, is they took your number and then they would text you when you could come back to get the candy canes.
Right.
So they called us back. I think it was only about 45 minutes after.
Yeah, it really wasn't very long at all.
Yeah, so then we got our candy canes.
And how were they?
I mean, it's a candy cane. It's an expensive candy cane.
Yeah, that's fair.
But to have a candy cane hand-pulled made in Disneyland, it's worth it.
No, it was cool. That day, it was really neat. And it was fun to be able to do that experience because I had not really known or heard much about that prior to, but it's definitely a thing. And now whenever I see people posting about it or listen to them talking about it, I just kind of laugh because I'm like, oh yeah, we did that. And it was worth it. It was fun that we got to experience that for sure.
Yeah.
But DCA was empty that day. Like, we didn't plan on doing rides, but like we did because nobody was there.
Nobody was in California Adventure that morning. Yeah. So I remember we did Cars Land. I know we did like Radiator Springs Racers. We did Spider-Man, Web Slingers. Yeah. So we
kind of did everything we wanted to. I don't think we did the Grizz that day.
That we did not.
But no, we went through. We did Avengers Campus. We went down to Pixar Pier. We really kind of did everything by like midday. We were done, maybe even late morning.
Yeah, and I mean, again, this was without Genie Plus at the time when it was Genie Plus. We didn't buy it, but it was more empty
more empty
than I expected.
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, again, it is Christmas Day, and I think in the morning a lot of families, for anybody who live local, was doing family stuff in the morning. But also, I mean, if you're going to go to any park in Disneyland on Christmas Day, you're probably going to go to Disneyland. And that's what we were kind of thinking. So that's why we kind of hurried our way through so we could jump over to the Disneyland side.
Yeah, I remember thinking that we wanted to get over to the Disneyland side before it got too busy.
Right.
So we got over to the Disneyland side, and I remember I was like, well, Jolly Holiday. Like, of course we have to have lunch at Jolly Holiday.
Right.
So
and
we did. And then I remember...
Delicious.
It's always delicious.
It had a raspberry macaroon. It's exquisite.
I remember we had that peppermint Christmas one, too.
Oh, yeah, we did. No, we went all out, you guys. You'd be so proud of us. Or disappointed in us. I don't know. We snacked it up.
But the Disneyland band was actually performing right in front of the castle while we were eating. So that was awesome. Then as soon as we were done eating, they kind of started their march down Main Street.
Right.
So that was really cool to see.
Yeah. And like after lunch, that's when people, I think, started to show up. I'm not going to say that it was crowded that day because it really, really wasn't.
My expectations,
That's when people arrived.
Yeah, my expectations were very, very high crowd-wise, and I was very pleased. It really was not as bad as I had anticipated.
Yeah, and we got to see the Christmas Fantasy Parade, which was super cool, and that was one that we were worried, like, okay, this one's going to be really busy, but again, it really wasn't that bad, and I felt like there was a different feeling in the park that day. Like no one was really in the same hurry or hustle and bustle that they normally are.
Yes.
I think overall a lot of people had the same strategy that we did, is they were there to enjoy Christmas in Disneyland, not to go slam out a bunch of rides or push your way through to see a bunch of other things. It was actually really quite enjoyable and just a different experience than I think we'd ever had before. Even for the parade, because like we got there about 45 minutes early, so we thought, let's get a good spot, but nobody really filled in that much. It was all just kind of low key, and everybody was just really happy and calm. It was really nice.
Yeah, they had, I think it was 2 parade times that morning, and we opted for the first one because, again, we were like, we don't know what the afternoon or the evening crowd is going to bring, so let's do the first one.
And that was good we did because, again, I mean, there's nothing like seeing family in Disneyland. And I'm not talking about my cousin Katie, who we had just met a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Cousin Josh was there.
Josh tomorrow was there. I think we've mentioned this before, but he was on Main Street. He was talking to some of the janitorial staff, and that is like my biggest Disney regret, is not calling out his name and asking for like a selfie. I should have.
You should have.
I know.
You should have. Cousin Josh. Also, we missed you at Thanksgiving. Where were you? Didn't show again.
Did we invite him?
He should have known in his heart that he's always welcome at our Thanksgiving table. Anyway, did some more rides because, again, like the wait times were non-existent. And, again, later in the afternoon, more people started to fill in, but it wasn't empty, but it just wasn't busy. Like it felt like kind of a slow day in the park, which is really not bad at all.
Yeah. And then towards the evening, at sunset, we went to Main Street to see the holiday tree lighting, and I think this is where I noticed the most crowds.
I would agree.
I think this is where people were kind of hanging out, because I remember after the tree lighting, that's when I noticed the crowds.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think this is kind of a really big deal, and I know this was one of the things that was high on your list, is wanting to see the tree lighting. And yeah, I mean, again, like the candy canes, it's a thing. And it was super cool, you guys. Like, if you ever get a chance to see them light up the tree on Main Street, it's legit. Like, you'll feel things.
It's awesome. Yeah, I remember we got a spot probably only about 30 minutes before, and I remember that being kind of difficult, but that's because the second Christmas parade was right after the tree lighting. So Main Street, I think, is where
extra busy.
All of the crowds were, which was great. We were able to see the tree lighting, and then we just bailed. We didn't see the second parade because it's literally the same parade. But then I think we just went and did...
I think we just walked around the park, got food and stuff, and just kind of made sure that we had walked through everything on Christmas Day just to see if there was anything else. We didn't want to miss anything, but I mean, that Christmas parade was great. There's just something about seeing Santa Claus in Disneyland that was really cool. And the characters, their costumes, everything. And then the tree lighting, as we mentioned, like it's an experience. It's a must do. You have to do it once.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it until the fireworks.
Yeah.
What did you think of the fireworks?
The fireworks, I mean, again, it's something so special on Christmas, seeing the holiday fireworks.
Right. That was cool. And the last thing we did that night is we went over to It's a Small World to see the lights at night, and then the show that happens at the top of every hour.
I think it's the top of every hour.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And that was like really fun.
It just
was
cool.
A cool little Christmas show, and it was a fun way to kind of close out the day.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think we did It's a Small World too, if I'm not mistaken.
We did, yeah.
I think we saw the show and then went on It's a Small World.
Yeah.
But
many churros were had along the way, but it was wonderful.
Naps.
Yeah.
You took a nap for sure.
I did. I don't remember where I fell asleep, but I fell asleep
on the train.
somewhere. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I slept on the train. That was lovely. How could I forget? Okay.
But yeah, that was Christmas Day. And honestly, again, if you have the opportunity, go on Christmas Day.
Yeah, like
go on Christmas Day.
Plan your trip to just go to the park on Christmas Day. And I swear to you, like, it is such a weird feeling, but such a wonderful feeling to be in Disneyland on Christmas Day because it's just quiet. And I'm really excited someday to experience that in Disney World to see if it's the same. Now, again, we've been very open about our feelings that Disney World is kind of a better vacation because you can stay on property and they have all of these different things at the different resorts, like the gingerbread houses and activities and other stuff. I'm curious if in Disney World you would get more of it's a typical day because everyone just goes on vacations there.
Yeah.
But in Disneyland, where it's in the middle of Anaheim and you see a lot of local families who come that day and like it just was so calm and just so relaxed and so chill. Yeah. And it just felt really fun and magical. And those who were there with you, it kind of felt like they were all there to enjoy Christmas, not to go do a typical Disney day. Correct. So that was great.
However,
the next day.
let's talk about the 26th of December.
The 26th was like waking up from this magical dream. And realizing, like, what did we do? Yes. Because it was packed.
It was nuts.
It was packed. So, again, we find ourselves at DCA because that's where we could get a reservation. And even from the get-go, it was crowded.
It was very crowded. Because I don't think we rope dropped anything. I think we were like, let's just make sure that we get into the park. Yeah. And then take it from there. We were like, we don't want to waste the money with Genie Plus. So we didn't, again, at the time it was Genie Plus. We didn't buy that. We were like, let's just take it easy and try to enjoy the day because we know that it was going to be crowded.
Yeah, it was wild, you guys. Like everything that Christmas Day was, the day after Christmas wasn't.
The complete opposite.
Right. Like there was just people everywhere. And it's one of those times where people are just in line for the sake of being in line, you know?
Yeah. Well, and I remember mobile ordering our food, I think almost 2 hours before. Now, I was able to like change the time and get it a little bit closer to when we wanted to eat. But like even the mobile orders, like people were there.
Oh, yeah.
It was busy.
It's just busy everywhere you went. Like bathrooms were busy. Everything was busy. And it was just kind of like, all right, well, back to business as usual. I feel for the cast members that day because it's just a grind.
Honestly, I don't really remember a lot about the 26th, like what we did, just because it was so crowded.
Well, I think we tried to ride a few more rides that day, but it just wasn't happening. So really, we just kind of walked around, walked to the shops, and then if a ride happened to be under 30 minutes, then maybe we would go sit in line and try for it. But I mean, again, that was not the purpose of this trip. We got tons of rides in on Christmas Day, so it felt like we got that fix. But it was just kind of more a feeling of, holy cow, it's so busy. Like, it was just such a huge opposite from what it was the day before that we were just kind of walking around in a blur, like, where'd all these people come from? So... Yeah.
Well, and I remember we wanted to hop over to Disneyland again around lunchtime because of the crowds. We didn't want to risk, for any reason, that park like being at capacity, them not letting us in. So I remember just wanting to hop over there about lunch. So yeah, like you said, I think we did rides, we got some food. But I think the main thing that we did on the 26th was we saw it snow
Yeah.
On Main Street.
Which is amazing.
The Snope, I think is what they call it.
Yeah, it's so magical. And that's another thing, like, if you haven't experienced that, you need to.
Yeah.
Like, it's a moment.
Oh, yeah.
So even though, again, it was so busy in that moment, that was probably the highlight for me that day. Was just seeing the snowfall.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we flew back on the 27th. So we really just went for Christmas Day itself, the 26th. It
was a quick trip.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, looking back on it, would I do it again? Absolutely. I think maybe I would be more inclined to do like the 24th, 25th as opposed to the 25th, 26th.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, I would not, go back. The 26th, again, it was crowded, but like, I would do it. I can only imagine what the rest of the week is like, because then maybe people are flying in on the 26th and going to the park for the first time on the 27th.
Right.
So just, the 27th essentially to New Year's Eve. I mean, there's a reason where Magic Keys at Disneyland are blocked out. Like, you can't go those 2 weeks because it's so busy. Yeah,
it just is. But no, I mean, I'd absolutely do it again. So speaking of that, let's talk about what they have planned for this year coming up.
Yeah, I think they have everything that we have mentioned. The tree lighting, the parade, It's a Small World, the little show at the top of every hour. But they do have some additional things. So over in DCA, they have World of Color Season of Light, which I'm pretty sure was not off.
Not that I don't remember it. Now granted, we wanted to be in Disneyland.
I remember, but I don't.
But I don't remember the Season of Light being available. So
yeah, so correct us maybe if we're wrong. But yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to see that.
And World of Color, like, you guys, it's legit. Like, don't sleep on it.
Well, and it's a holiday edition too.
Right. But they really do an amazing job with World of Color. And I remember the first time I saw it was kind of like mind-blowing, and then it felt like people got used to it. Then they brought World of Color 1, and even that one I thought was outstanding. So, I mean, don't feel like you have to see just the fireworks show in Disneyland. Like, World of Color is legit, and you can do both in one night. You gotta like sprint over.
We've done it before. Yeah, we have done World of Color and then sprinted over to the fireworks before, and it was a lot, but we did it.
Yeah, it's cool.
They also have Story Time with Deadpool, a holiday special.
Bound to be wild. I'm sure hilarious.
They also have a Christmas tree in DCA on Buena Vista Street, and they do a holiday tree lighting for that as well.
That's really cool. Yeah. And then for the Festival of Holidays, multicultural performances, food, drinks, just a lot of fun, festive things that you may not get any other time of the year. So that's neat. And of course, you can meet Santa. Which, of course. Who wouldn't want to meet Santa?
Of course. You also have, I saw this on the website. I don't remember hearing about this last year, but we also don't go to Tomorrowland too much. There's a holiday dance party.
Oh, that sounds fun.
In Tomorrowland. So if you're going, definitely check that out and let us know how that goes. And then they have a new, because again, I don't remember hearing about this last year, but it's called the Holiday Time at Disneyland Resort Guided Tour. Wow. So it's a 2-hour festive walking tour, and you go in both Disneyland and DCA and learn kind of about the different Christmas trees, all the lights, how they have the decorations. I think personally that would be awesome.
No, I would do that in a heartbeat. That sounds so cool. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, every holiday they do this, but the overlays for It's a Small World, we mentioned the lights and kind of those hourly display shows that they do. The Haunted Mansion holiday with Nightmare Before Christmas.
You know me, I'm not a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan, but like, you gotta do it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's worth it, yeah.
And that's there every year. And then Cars Land, which... Cars Land is legit, you guys.
Whether it's decorated for Halloween or Christmas, it's awesome.
No, it's a great stretch to go and see. If you can somehow squeeze in 2 trips and see Halloween in Cars Land and Christmas in Cars Land, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Luigi's Joy to the Whirl.
I know.
Mater's Jingle Jamboree.
It's awesome. It's so
Cars
cute.
Land is legit, you guys. I love Cars Land.
Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, so that's kind of our overview of Christmas Day in Disneyland. We loved it last year. I would definitely go again.
For sure.
Yeah.
just if you can swing it, I mean, just there's something special about being in Disneyland on Christmas Day. So again, if I'm going to do it again, I'm probably going to go maybe the 23rd to the 25th or something. I'm sure it does get busy, but like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in Disneyland, I think that would be the only way to top that experience.
It would be awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Like it always is. Just go do it. Just live it up.
Take our word for it.
Enjoy the holidays in Disneyland.
Yeah.
You'll be glad you did.
Yeah. But this season is quickly coming to an end. We only have one episode left this year.
I know, before the end of the year.
Crazy.
And this one's going to be fun. We're going to wrap up kind of a summary of the whole year. We're going to give out some awards that we are calling the Wondies, highlight some of the great moments of the podcast for the year. I'm sure there will be shenanigans, some laughs.
Yes,
it'll be
maybe
great.
Some not so great moments that will also get awards. We'll see.
I don't know. And maybe this is the time that Uncle Bob or Cousin Josh finally join us live. Who knows?
Sure. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Yeah, here's our invitation.
There it is. We're putting it out there.
Yeah. But that's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to rate our show on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to our podcast. Support our show and subscribe on Patreon, where we post exclusive content. Check out our t-shirt shop, Shop Threads of Imagination. And until next wonderful Wednesday, TTFN.